10 seconds. That's all it took for Jasmine Crockett to detonate the debate stage. No warm-up, no courtesy. She leaned forward, voice steady but sharp, and dropped the insider revelation everyone whispered about but no one dared to say on live television. Donald Trump pressured state officials to shred evidence of financial crimes, documents I have in my possession tonight. The audience gasped, cameras flashed like lightning, and the moderator froze. Trump, sitting rigidly at his podium, smirked as if unaffected, but his eyes betrayed a flicker of panic. This wasn't a sparring match. It was an ambush with receipts. Crockett slammed her hand on the desk, producing copies of signed memos, and declared, "These aren't rumors. These are the letters you dictated, the signatures you forced, the deals you cut in back rooms. You told America you were its savior, while robbing it blind." The crowd erupted, half booing, half screaming in wild applause. The moderator attempted to regain control. "Let's begin with opening statements," but his voice was swallowed by the frenzy. Phones lit up across the hall, hashtags spiking instantly. Hashtag Crockett vs. Trump, hash truth bomb, hash debate explosion. Trump leaned into the mic, his tone dripping with dismissal. "Fake news. She makes up documents. I never signed anything like that. She's lying because she has nothing else." But Crockett was ready. She raised another page, the bold black signature unmistakable. "Your name, your ink, your scandal. You can scream fake all night, but America's eyes are on you, and they see fraud." The reaction was thunderous. Journalists scribbled furiously. Anchors whispered to producers through earpieces. Networks cut to breaking news banners mid-debate. Crockett's attack wasn't just an opening, it was a declaration of war. Trump tried to deflect, sneering, "You're just another angry politician, desperate for attention. Nobody cares about these fake papers." Crockett struck back instantly. "Nobody cares. Tell that to the workers who lost pensions while you siphoned funds. Tell that to veterans whose charities you looted. You talk about America first, while you put Donald Trump first every single time." The hall roared with applause and chants. "Answer her! Answer her!" Trump's grin faltered. He shifted in place, hands gripping his notes tighter. Reporters in the spin room tweeted in real time, "Crockett lands knockout blow. Trump rattled in first minute." The debate had transformed into a public trial, with Crockett as both prosecutor and executioner. And as the first stage drew to a close, one truth was undeniable. Donald Trump had walked in expecting dominance, but Jasmine Crockett had already seized control. The crowd wasn't watching a debate, they were watching history, and it was Jasmine Crockett writing every line. The second round erupted like a courtroom drama played at full volume. The moderator barely got through the words "next question" before Crockett cut him off. "Mr. Trump, America deserves to know how you pressured banks overseas to hide your debts. These aren't rumors, they're wired transfers, offshore accounts, and testimony from your own executives." The hall detonated with gas and shouts. Phones shot into the air, recording every second. Trump leaned into the mic, voice loud and indignant. "Wrong, all wrong. I'm richer than anyone here. I don't need banks. She's inventing fake scandals because Democrats have nothing." Crockett snapped back instantly, eyes locked. "Fake scandals? Then explain Deutsche Bank's flag transactions under your name. Explain the shell company your son managed while you were in the Oval Office. You ran government like a cartel, and I've got the receipts." The audience roared. Some stood to applaud, others booed wildly, the chaos feeding itself. Trump raised his hands, trying to drown out the noise. "This is a witch hunt, folks, same as always. Witch hunt." Crockett leaned forward, her voice slicing through the storm. "No, this is accountability. You call it a witch hunt because you're terrified of the truth. You call it fake because you can't deny it. Every lie you tell tonight collapses under evidence, and America is watching you sweat." Reporters in the press pool shouted over each other, cameras flashing non-stop. Social media trended in real time. Hashtag Trump exposed. Hashtag Crockett on fire. Hash debate knockout. Trump tried again, louder, angrier. "You hate me because I built an empire. You hate me because I'm successful. You hate me because I won." Crockett didn't flinch. Her reply was lethal. "No, Mr. Trump. I don't hate success. I hate corruption. You didn't build an empire. You built a crime scene. And tonight, the evidence is on trial." The crowd erupted. Cheers, whistles, a frenzy of applause that shook the stage. Even the moderator dropped his notes, muttering into the mic, "This debate has turned into history." Trump's voice cracked as he tried to regain footing. "This is a disgrace, a total disgrace." Crockett delivered the dagger. "The only disgrace is how long you've lied to the American people, and tonight the lying stops here." The hall exploded, chants echoing, "Crockett, Crockett, Crockett." Trump looked around the stage, visibly rattled, lips pressed tight, unable to find a comeback. By the end of the second stage, it was undeniable. Donald Trump wasn't winning. He was surviving. And Jasmine Crockett wasn't just debating him, she was dismantling him, piece by piece, lived before a nation starving for truth. The third round wasn't a debate anymore. It was a takedown broadcast live. The crowd was restless, the press pool on fire, and Donald Trump visibly cornered. Jasmine Crockett leaned into the mic, her voice calm but devastating. "Mr. Trump, you told America you were a patriot, but behind closed doors you begged foreign leaders for favors, you traded national security for personal gain, and you lined your pockets while veterans begged for health care." Gasps shook the hall. Trump tried to laugh it off, but his voice cracked. "Ridiculous. Nobody believes this garbage. She's making things up. Total fake news." Crockett's reply landed like a hammer. "Fake news? Then why do we have the transcripts of your phone calls? Why did your closest advisors testify under oath about the deals you struck? The truth isn't fake just because it exposes you." The audience erupted. Cheers, applause, chants of, "Answer her, answer her." The moderator tried to calm the chaos, but the room was lost in frenzy. Trump raised his voice, red-faced. "I did more for this country than anyone in history. Nobody has done what I've done." Crockett sliced him down. "What you did was turn the presidency into a business. What you did was abuse power, intimidate officials, and bury the truth. You weren't serving the people, you were serving yourself." The crowd went wild. Standing ovations spread across the hall. Reporters stood on chairs to catch the moment. Hashtags exploded. #Crockett wins. #Trump shut down. #debate knockout. Trump shook his head, muttering, "This is a setup. Total disgrace." Crockett delivered the final blow. "The only disgrace is your legacy, and tonight the people see it for what it really is: corruption, greed, and lies. History won't remember your excuses. It will remember that you were held accountable on this stage." The roar of the audience drowned out Trump completely. The camera zoomed in on Crockett, calm, steady, victorious, while Trump's figure shrank under the spotlight. Even the moderator, exhausted, whispered into his mic, "And that may be the end of it." The debate ended not with closing statements, but with chaos, cheers, flashes, and the undeniable truth that Jasmine Crockett had shut Donald Trump down in front of the entire nation. Crockett raised her voice one last time, sealing the night. "America doesn't need kings. America doesn't need liars. America needs truth. And tonight, truth won." The crowd exploded into chants, a standing ovation shaking the stage. Trump walked off stiffly, his silence louder than words, while Crockett stood tall, owning the moment. Call to action. If you want more explosive breakdowns of the battles shaking Washington, hit subscribe, smash that like button, and drop your opinion in the comments. Was this Crockett's ultimate knockout, or just the beginning of Trump's unraveling? Your voice matters. Don't stay silent.